I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times, cause anything worth doing is a tough climb.
What is up, beautiful people of the internet? You're watching Amethyst Budgets, a channel where I, Amethyst, go over my income, my earnings, getting out of low income and hopefully into a different tax bracket. I'm just taking you guys along my journey with me. So if that sounds like something that you'd be interested in watching and following along, then make sure you hit that subscribe button. Today's video, we're going to be doing a little bit of a mid-month check-in, double checking that my books are correct, and I did overspend, so we're going to have to figure out where we can move money so that I can make sure that I am set up for my bills, because my bills are important above all else, and so I need to make sure that I am on track with those. So we're basically just, it's like an on-track video, if you will. Also mid-month check-in and what I spent. So it is going to be a lot of content, so I'm going to leave timestamps so you can skip to what you think you'd be most interested in seeing. And then in addition, what else was there that I was just about to say? I'm gonna try to be quick with this video. So first things first, as always, I need to shout out my nail tech. These beautiful nails are by Ballerina and Stilettos. She has an Etsy shop. These are press-ons, and I've had these on for a week and a half. These ones have lasted a very long time. I actually have filmed a video on how I make my nails last as long as I need them to, and that is going live, I think, next week. So yeah. Also my black background, so I may or may not have spilt my favorite cuticle oil all over it. So you guys, I don't remember, like, it's here and it was here, and yeah, so that's super fun, and I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna do. I think it's salvageable, but I have to figure it out. Plus the oil only spilt over in like one corner. And it's a really big black, it's like a mouse pad, so. But anyways, this is the cuticle oil that I was using before I foolishly knocked it over, and I love it so very, very, very much. Also, it is in the morning, so I'm a little bit congested. I do apologize. I have allergies like nobody's business, so yeah, sorry if I sound a little bit congested. Anyways, that's enough rambling about that. I think I got all of the house announcements out of the way. Let's turn on my little tea light candle here and melt some wax. So this is what I've been doing recently instead of candles, because I have all of the supplies, and as I mentioned in previous videos, I'm not in a position right now to be buying more things that I already have similar things of. So I'm not buying candles or like body products or any of that jazz. So I am limited on time today, so let's just hop right into it. Yeah, I think what we're gonna do first is go over what I spent, and then I'm going to pull out the cash and we will go from there. So let's just go over to my August monthly spread. So today is Sunday. I had a no spend yesterday on Saturday. Basically, if it's highlighted in yellow, that's money that's coming out of my PNC account, and I'm just now realizing you guys can't really see that. So if it looks like it's not highlighted, then it's probably my PNC account. If it's a darker color, that is an other account, and then black and blue are my two credit cards. So I spent some money on UPS for prints. I got gas. I spent a lot on food. This is the first week, so this is technically, like, I clean slate everything. Wait, what? I created a clean slate on the 8th, which was my last paycheck stuffing. So everything that happened the week prior is kind of like meh, like it doesn't matter too much that I went over, because everything like balanced out afterwards. Because I didn't really spend that much on my bills, which is not like how I want my life to be in the long term, but for this month it's gonna be okay. Ooh, I am so out of it. Okay, I spent some money on a subscription service for my resale. This is something that I did not plan for. I had no clue it was coming because I completely forgot that I owed some money on Klarna for an Adidas payment that I had made a while ago. I got hit with a late fee and I was like, you know what, I'm paying it all off immediately. So I paid $90 to Adidas, which was totally unbudgeted for and unplanned. So there's that, which really stunk. And then on this day, I went to McDonald's and Spinks, which is a gas station, and so I think I had bought in a drink or something. On Thursday, I had to buy some supplies from Amazon that came out of my Chase credit card, so not PNC, so it didn't affect my bills. It's going to affect how much I pay in Amazon this month, or my Chase credit card, I should say. And it was $45. I had to buy, that was all business expenses. So then I had rent and laundry. I do have a little laundromat in my complex, so that's what I use. And then I overspent on food on this day, and then my religious donations come out every single week. It's the same fixed amount every single week, but it goes to a different part of the organization. And then Saturday was a no spend. And then Sunday was not no spend, but I have no clue what was spent on Sunday and what was spent on Monday because my bank totals it all up together. So now we're into this week, and we're going to talk about where I went over, and a little bit of just details here and there about all that. So I wish you guys could see the little, there we go. You guys can get a little time lapse of that. I'm going to move my coffee. It's precarious right now, so all right. So on the 8th, which is Monday, I spent money on DoorDash. I ordered and picked up myself because DoorDash gave me like a 30% off. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get some food. I went to Aldi's and Publix, and I got my religious donation taken out again. And then I got charged interest, so this is not coming out of PNC, so it's not reflected in my overspending. But it's $73, and I know that's incorrect because there's no way that the other one is only $8, so I'm gonna have to figure that out. Then we have gas, which actually was charged on Sunday, so that's not counting towards this week's paycheck stuffing. That is not a part of it. That's a part of the previous week's. So I'm counting it as a no spend. And then this is where I was like, what were you doing in this? Seriously. I got ahead of myself and I bought some stuff off Alibaba for my business. And I'm so very excited to share it with you guys. I know y'all are going to love it, but I shouldn't have spent that money. So it's $33 for samples of the products that I want to start selling. And then Aldi, I spent some more money. And then I went to the bins. I had intentionally went there for food stuffs, but I ended up spending some extra money on other things that I definitely didn't need. And then I went to Walmart and I bought this little ring. So I have been feeling like absolute crap this past week and a half. It's not been good for me. And you guys know that I'm pretty open with you about, you know, having ADHD and anxiety and every once in a while depression. And I have a hard time seeing the difference between like depression and burnout, if I'm being completely honest. And then when you throw in hormones to the mix, it just makes it, you guys know, most of you guys know what happens when you throw hormones into the mix. But so I've just not been feeling good. I've been feeling very confused, and I'm overthinking everything I'm doing, and I'm just unsure of my direction, where I want to go, all of it. I'm just, all of the life thoughts are being thrown at me right now, and I've just been very stressed out, and I'm overwhelming myself to no beyond. What's the expression? To no belief? I don't even know. But yeah, so I was feeling really upset on this day. You ever have those days where it feels like an anxiety attack just spread out across the entire day? That's what it felt like. It felt like I was losing my mind. I could not think clearly. I couldn't speak clearly. I couldn't focus on what I was trying to do. And I had medication in my system. I have ADHD medication, for those of you who don't know. So I was just not good. It was a bad day. And you know what I did? I did retail therapy. And you know what? It actually helped. Usually it doesn't. It doesn't usually help. But I think I made a smart purchase with this. I was going in with the intention of maybe getting like some cute stationery or a toy, and I ended up with this ring. So they have these like fake jewelry sections, and they're like $8 or $6 depending on where you live. And so yeah, this guy was $8, and I think it's really pretty, and I really love it. And it's supposed to go on my ring finger, but I'm super dehydrated. So it's on my pinky for today. So yeah. Oh, and then a little story time. I got this with my family at a little local gem shop. I have never seen anything like it since. But yeah, it's got little purple rhinestones in the settings there. Like the infinity is a rhinestone set, and then I think that is chemically treated topaz. I could be wrong on that one. Yeah, and then I had a cheap ring here, and I'm fairly certain this is not okay. You know, that's like literally rust on my skin and it won't wash off. So yeah, I'm gonna do some research after the video and make sure I'm not dying. Anywho, so that was a long rant, basically just to say that I bought this pretty ring right here. And I do not regret my purchase, even though it definitely was not budgeted for. So then we have part of where I kind of got like tripped up and got super confused. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I filmed this video 2 other times, but I was so confused as to what was happening, I had to stop the video and just figure out what was going on. So my credit cards have been locked because of that interest that was charged. That sent me over the credit limit, and so I won't get charged a late or like a fee for it being over right now, because the interest was what sent me over, but I had to use my PNC account because I needed to do a bank-to-bank transfer instead of a cash-to-bank transfer because my ATM, my cards weren't working, so I couldn't use the ATM. So I had $114 come out of my PNC account to go into my Chase account. And that's actually my Amazon credit card technically, but it's still Chase Bank. So there is that. So I'm going to be paying that back today. Then we have gas and we have Gabe's. This $23 was used for my rats. In case you didn't know, my rats I had to take to the vet this week, and I never had a carrying case. I would just take them in a cardboard box, which is like whatever, that's fine. Like it's not great, but it's not bad either. And I was like, you know what? No, I want to buy them something nice. I'm going to get them a carrying case. I know I'm already going to be over for this, so I'm just going to get them something very nice. And I got a really cute carrying case for them, and they really seem to like it, so that is awesome because they feel a lot safer in there. They like that they can see out and smell everything. And I do apologize, the exposure is a little bit wonky today because I'm filming early in the morning, so it's like cloudy and everything. Anyways, so that's what that is, and we're going to be replenishing my PNC account with cash for that. So oh, and then also my rat is okay. She has a flesh wound, and the doctor thought that maybe it was a little infected on the edges, so she gave me antibiotics for her. And then she gave us stuff for mites, so she was like fairly certain that they had mites. Mites you can't always see because they're so tiny. So she gave me like little samples of stuff for dogs and cats for the rats. So hopefully the mites will go away, but I have to wait to use that until Tanji's wound is healed. But they were very good girls. Like they really did awesome for this vet visit, and it stunk because I did go on this day, but my initial vet got the C word. I've been told you can't say that on YouTube, otherwise they get fresh, like it messes with your monetization, so I'm just not gonna say it just in case. But yeah, he got the C word, didn't tell me, and so I like drove 45 minutes to the vet. I drive a while for it because he's so good. And then he wasn't there, so I had to drive all the way back. And then I set up an appointment for Friday, which is why the charge for my vet appointment was on Friday. And that is more than I would usually pay, but I had to do what I had to do. I had to make sure that my babies were taken care of, so yeah, next time I'm definitely going to try to go back to the other vet though. Then I also spent some money on food. And then I had a no spend yesterday, and today is Sunday. So that is what we're at. So what we're going to do first is reach into my envelopes that I want to unstuff and replenish my PNC account with. We're going to set her to the side. So basically Ami is what was supposed to be takeout, and obviously I spent my money on PNC, so this is going back into PNC. And then this is my pet envelope, so it says dog has a cat, but I've got rats. And it actually, funny enough, so this I pulled out of my savings challenge and my pet envelope. So this is everything that I had saved up for them, which is really disappointing, but I am going to go heavy-handed on their savings because they deserve it. So we have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, oh flip, 15, 20, 21, 22, 23. How funny is it that I actually had exactly how much I spent on the carrying case? So we have that going back to PNC, and the next thing that I have to say is this is where it gets complicated and where I was messing myself up, so much so that I literally wrote like a little cheat sheet here for me. So you don't pay attention to this because it's not going to make sense to you. I'm going to go into my controller binder. So, lessons learned, right? So what my mid-month check-in is intended for me in my head is a lesson. Like it's a lesson time, like a time to really see what's going on, what's working, what's not working. Y'all are going to be disappointed in me because it's like so obvious that I should not have done this. You guys know that I have a little envelope that is filled with taxes money, and it's money that's not considered like really accounted for. It's just there for taxes, and I never really did anything to put it in envelopes or whatever. So what I use it as is as an ATM. So if I need to do a bill exchange, I'll use the cash in there. If I need to take something out and then pay myself back real quick, I take it out of there. So I took money out of there for the cash stuffing of last week that got posted on Friday because I was so excited to do my cash stuffing that I just pulled out of it and not out of the bank. So I had taken the money out before I had the money in my bank, and then I never replenished it because what happened was I got caught up with my spending, and then I didn't notice what was going on with the number because I didn't really know what the number was supposed to look like at that point. So right here I have what came out from the Amazon payment. So this is $114, which is what came out of my bank, remember? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 100 and 1014. So what this is going to do is instead of going back into my bank, we're going to put this in my taxes to pay it back. So what's supposed to go in my taxes is 124. So what I'm actually going to do, I'm sorry, I did this wrong. That $6 that I pulled out of my ᴡᴜ account is actually supposed to go back into taxes. So I'm going to take this and... So this $6 was what came out of the ᴡᴜ envelope. It's going back in my taxes. So yeah, because that is important. It's important that I'm on track with that, with taxes specifically. So the lesson that I learned was that I'm not going to do that any longer. I have to just rely on what I actually am making and pretend that that little envelope of taxes money doesn't exist. I'm not allowed to reach into it just for temporary use anymore, because I have a bad money. Like, I'm not good with money. I'm really not. The whole point of this channel is to get me good with money, and I'm not there yet. So yeah, there is that. Now we're gonna go back to the paycheck that I had stuffed and show you guys. So this is the paycheck, right? So I had $330 and I need to find my calculator. I lost it. I don't know how you lose a calculator, but I really cannot seem to find it. Okay, yeah, I have no clue, so I am just going to use my phone. So we have 330. Can y'all see that okay? I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. So 330 minus 44 gas. So we have the gas here that I used up, leaving me with 290. And I'm gonna look in here too. I'm gonna look at the electronic things to see what should be online. So in my bank account, I'm gonna have 290, and then I'm gonna take away the 124, which you can't see, it's off in the corner. 124 was what I stuffed in cash. So of this 290, 124 of it was in cash. So that cash is still in all of my binders. So that leaves me with 166, which should be in my bank account, but that's not in my bank account. So what I have in my bank is actually $116 plus this 23 right here. So $139 is what I have to readjust the online expenses. I really hope this made sense. I'm trying my best to make it as simple to understand as possible, but essentially I should have, what did I say, $166 represented with fake bills in this envelope, in this binder, and I don't. I only have $139, so I need to readjust where things are being represented to get to that 139 instead. So rent I'm gonna touch last. I'm gonna go to Wi-Fi was stuffed in cash, electric was stuffed in fake, and also a lesson that I learned through this process is I need to stop keeping money online. I just can't. It's not working for me. I'm not in a position, like, I'm not healthy with my money right now to do that. I don't have enough to put into my eating out binder to prevent myself from spending online. So what I'm doing is just trying to transition into all cash anyways and just put up with having to go to the bank more often. A lot of you guys are probably going to suggest that I open up a second bank account, and I think that is an amazing idea, but let me tell you what happened last time. Like, your suggestion would be perfect. However, I did have that. I did have, last year I had a Capital One account and a PNC account. And my Capital One account was for all of my bills and for Zelling my friends their bill money and yeah. But when it came time to figure out what income I was at, it made it super complicated, even with my tax return, because basically where my lease ends is right before tax season, so I'm not going to have a tax return that proves how much I made this year. In case you haven't been in low income, and maybe it's different for my area than others, but how it works is you can't just use your tax return from the previous year to get accepted into low-income housing. It's the last 4 months of your income that determines whether or not you can get in. So they don't care how much you made the year prior. I mean, if you were like a millionaire the year prior, then they're probably going to be like, no, you cannot come in here. But they really just care about that last 4 months before you get accepted back in. So what ended up happening was they were noticing that I was putting a ton of money into my Capital One account. What I was taking from PNC to Capital One looked like a different type of transfer. And so it took, I mean, if you guys can remember, some of you guys have been around that long, it took like 2 months to get approved for this apartment because I had a second bank account, because the county was like, why is she doing this? Why is she doing that? And I was trying to explain I have a cash envelope system and I put money in there I had it for my long-term savings and for my bills to come in and out, and it just was not working, and I am not sure what the future holds when it comes to where I'm going to be going, and at this rate it is going to be low income again, so I can't deal with that again. I mentally cannot handle the pressures of not having somewhere to live, because last time I was so fortunate to have someone that I knew, a family friend, house me, but that is not an option to me again. So I can't chance it, basically. And so that's why I want to do all cash, because that way everything is in one spot and they can see like, okay, so she's putting cash in it, because my PNC is very clear about what was a cash deposit and what was a bank transfer, but Capital One wasn't. And so because, I don't know, basically long story short, in order for the books to look clean enough to get approved for this apartment in time so I don't get kicked out again and have to come back, I need to just have one bank account for right now. But it is a great idea, and if you have the means to, and if you're in a house or something and you have the luxury of doing that, then totally do that, because that's such a good idea. But for me right now, I'm going to try to just do everything in cash and manage a way to make it work, okay? So what I'm going to do is take all of these small denominations of stuff here and transfer it with this $23 that I have from the pet envelope. So I'm taking out 2 and putting in 2. And so I guess this is the start of my all cash journey because I know myself at this point, and having money in the bank is just not a good idea for me. Even if I put it in my reserve account and I put it in my growth account, which are like 2 separate little savings accounts in PNC, it just isn't working for me. So health insurance got $5. I just have to be honest with myself, you know, like at this point I've been on this journey for over a year. I've been on the low income side of it for, I mean, I've been low income in my previous apartment, but I've never been like this type of low income because it is just different having 2 roommates. But now that I am like here on my own, you know, I just have to be honest with myself and do what I know to be best. So yeah, none of these have any fake bills except for this one. Samsung got $2. Okay. Subscriptions is in the back of this one. So taxes was cash. I've started doing that one in cash again because I already know. Insurance this is car insurance. $2 cash, so I'm not doing that one. No need for annual. Subscriptions should have $2 cash. It's a gross $2. My only subscription, by the way, right now is Spotify, and then I have annual subscriptions, which go into the annual envelope. So then I have, what is this, $12 here, and I've already stuffed all of the online things, so that means that I have $116. Let's do the little thingy here. So I have $116 in my bank account plus 12. Which means that instead of $150, I have to just put $128 in my rent, and then I'm going to do a little asterisk, and then that'll keep me reminded of why it's like that, and then if I need to, I can come back and watch this video. So we're going to go into my rent envelope and readjust. So we have 100 and 10, 20, we have 5, 20, 5, 6, 7, I need a single dollar, 8. Alright, and then my next paycheck, I'm going to just figure out how I want to readjust this envelope here, and I'm going to adjust the tracker off camera because this video is already super long. So yeah, that's essentially what's going on, and I just decided I need to figure out a way to do all cash because this whole halvesy thing is not working for me, and it might work for some of you guys. Like, I think that the fake bills representing is such a good idea, and I don't remember who I learned it from. Actually no, I didn't. that was actually, okay, so it was one of those things where like I came up with the idea and then right once I started doing it, everyone else started doing it at the same time. So it was like, I didn't really learn it from anybody, but at the same time, everyone else had the same idea. So yeah, I think I did that this time last year. And it was working great when I had the means to, when I was, you know, doing okay. But now that I'm in this position where I have less and less money, I need to readjust completely. And I need to stop acting like I have these extra funds here. Because I don't know what's not clicking, but when I go out, I just forget how serious this is. And it's just not working for me anymore. So yeah, and I realized I can't lock my cards because I have bills that automatically come out of them. So if I lock them, then it'll mess up like my gas and like all of it. So yeah, that is the mid-month check-in for the day. Hopefully that wasn't too confusing. If you guys have any questions, then obviously let me know down below. If you see any discrepancy or whatever, then obviously let me know down below as well. So yeah, that is where we are at. Moving forward, you guys are probably going to see, you know, I'm not sure if I'm going to do that yet this month. I would like to, all cash. Hopefully I can get that done. And yeah, we're just going to have a lot, there's going to be a lot of changes. There is. I have some new debts. Oh, right, that's what I wanted to talk about as well. I'm going to have a debt confession, not next week, but the week after, talking about all of the new debt that I've acquired these past literally 2 weeks. I've acquired over $1,500 in debt. I said that wrong. Did I say that wrong? No, I didn't. $1,500 in debt because of my rats, my car, and my own health. Like I said, this past week has been like a hurricane in my head. I've just been left and right. Here's this, like, just left and right, nonstop, go, go, go. Work, personal, like everything. Everything has just been insane. So yeah, I hope that this video wasn't too complicated for you guys and that you still enjoyed it. I do apologize if it was a little bit confusing, but like I said in a ton of other videos, like this is just the reality of budgeting when you're not good with money. Like this is just kind of how I've been for a while, and I really am so sick of it. Like I know I say this in every video. I'm so sick of it. But hopefully this whole like moving to cash thing will actually start working. And yeah, it might be more annoying because I'm gonna have to go to the bank more often, but I'm already writing out a little bit of a game plan that I plan on sharing with you guys in my September monthly goals video. I'm going to start doing those on a monthly basis just to check in and see like what needs adjusting, yada yada yada. So when I do that video, I'm going to talk about how I plan on proceeding forward with this situation and some ideas that are rumbling around my head to fix it. So yeah, that is all that I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you are still here, leave me down below a flower emoji of any kind. Last time someone said that I talked a little too fast after I gave you the emoji, so I'm gonna ramble on a little bit here while you find a flower emoji. I appreciate you guys so very much. You are loved and appreciated by not only me, but remember that you have so many people out there who really do appreciate you and value you, so always keep that in mind when you're going about your day. Remember that you are awesome, you're doing amazing. This life is hard, so the fact that you're still out here doing it, you got this. You're doing awesome. So don't forget, we are stressed, but we're also blessed. Have a wonderful day. I love you guys, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye!